Good morning, students. Myself, Rajesh Dadich, your mentor in English grammar from Shivjyoti Educational Group, Kota. So, students, today we are going to start one of the most important topics of English grammar, and that is subject verb conquered. But in some books, you may find the same topic under the title, agreement of the verb with the subject, right? So, this topic we are going to learn in detail, right? I am going to elaborate this topic so as to it looks easier to you, right? So, I have prepared some examples for you. Have a closer look at them. He says to me, Hemant is an engineer, right? Then he tells me that Hemant is an engineer, right? I have not changed the tense because this first part means reporting speech is in present, so no tense of the reported speech will be changed, right? Next, he said to me, Hemant goes for a walk. Then he told me that Hemant went for a walk. Why? Why is this change? Simple. Again, let me remind you, it all depends on the tense of the reporting speech. Here, reporting speech is in present, so the reported speech does not change its tense. But here, the reporting speech is in past tense, so the reported speech will also change its tense, right? So, this is present indefinite, so accordingly it will be changed into its respective past tense, and that is past indefinite. So, Hemant told me that, right, he told me that Hemant goes will be changed into went, second form for a verb. So, dear students, actually, two topics are there in English grammar, and they are sequence of tenses and subject verb conquered. So, before I start teaching you this topic, it was very much necessary to give you a brief idea of the topic, sequence of tenses. So, these two examples are related to the topic sequence of tenses, and that is very much important, right, students? So, in nutshell, let me tell you, the first clause of a sentence, if in past tense, then the remaining part means the remaining clause or clauses will also be in past tense or past form, until or unless there is a universal truth or factual truth. So, this rule is very much important, so please keep it in your mind, right? And this sequence of tenses rule is very much used in the direct and indirect speech that you already might have learnt. Okay, students? Now, I am going to switch to your topic, subject verb conquered or agreement of the verb with the subject, right? So, students, the very first rule, subject verb conquered, agreement of the verb with the subject, means in what way verb, be it helping verb or main verb, goes according to the number and person of the subject. Number means singular plural of the subject, and person means first person, second person, third person. Okay, students? So, these rules we are going to learn, and in that series, the very first rule here is whenever two subjects, actually when only one subject is there, it's not as much complicated, but the rule becomes important when more than one, means two subjects are there in one sentence. So, it confuses us. We have to use the verb according to which subject, subject 1 or subject 2. This is the point to discuss today, right? So, the very first rule is whenever two subjects, subject 1 and subject 2. So, dear students, I may write SUV dot like this and this. Don't get confused. Subject SUB or subject in full, they both are same. So, don't be confused, right? So, whenever two subjects are connected with and, let us see. 4 situations are there. Situation number 1, when these two subjects are accompanied by the article the. Right. Look here. Article subject 1 and article subject 2. Whenever you come across this position, you have to use verb in its plural form. Right. Situation number 2. Whenever article is there before subject 1, but before subject 2, no article is there and is there as a connector. In that case, one article, so you have to use verb in its singular form. Right. Situation number 3. Whenever both the subjects are connected with and, but no article is there. Here no article, here no article. Let me revise. Article and article. Two articles are there. Means they represent two different people. Right. One article is there. It means we are talking about one person with two qualities. Right. And when no article is there, in that case, we have to use verb sometimes in its singular form and sometimes in its plural form. That we will learn later. Right. So, example is better than precept. Have a look. The example of first rule means two subjects are there and they both have article. The cashier and connector, the accountant. Two articles are there, the and the. It means we are talking about two people, and when two people are there, so obviously verb will be used in its plural form. That's why are is there. Right. The cashier article and accountant. But here the accountant was there, but here only accountant is there, means only one article. It means we are talking about a person who has a responsibility of a cashier as well as accountant. Means he plays the role of cashier as well as accountant in the department or in the organization. So, we are talking about only one person. Right. So, in that case verb is singular. You can see I told you verb is singular. Right. Is that clear now? So, students, actually this topic has 4 sub rules, but I have clubbed 2 into 1, means singular verb and plural verb. So, here the examples are, means whenever we were talking about articles, but whenever both the subjects have no articles. In that case, sometimes the verb is singular and sometimes the verb is plural. How to decide? Look here. Rahul and Rohan. No article is there. Means both the subject 1 Rahul and subject 2 Rohan, they both have no article. In that case, we have treated them as two different entities. So, plural verb is there, are friends. Right. Now, bread and butter is my favorite breakfast. So, bread no article, butter no article, but the verb here is singular. So, generally this problem arises when both the subjects have no articles. In that case, students generally get confused. So, how to decide whether the verb will be singular or plural? Very simple, students. Whenever subject confuses you, just have a look at the object. Okay, it will surely decide and it will surely help you out of this dilemma. Right. So, Rahul and Rohan, suppose this is blank space. So, look at the object. This is plural. That's why we have used plural verb. Right. Bread and butter, no article and blank space is there. So, in that case, just switch to object and just decide whether the object is singular or plural, and accordingly you have to fill in the verb. So, my favorite breakfast. Breakfast is singular. Right. So, this is singular verb. Means this situation arises when we are talking about two separate people. In that case, we have to use plural verb. When we are talking about two things, but they make one, they make a pair. Right. In that case, slow and steady wins the race, not win the race. Slow and steady wins the race. So, wins is singular. So, we have used. Right. So, students, to continue with the same topic, the second rule is Whenever two subjects are connected, this time conjunction connector is different. Earlier, coordinate connector was the and, right? But this time conjunction is changed. Means whenever two subjects, subject 1 and subject 2 have been connected with, of, together, together with, as well as, right? So whenever this situation arises, please be assured that you are using verb according to subject 1, right? No matter that subject 1 is singular or plural. If that is singular, use the verb in its singular form. If the subject 1 is plural, then the verb will also be plural, right? Here, he with is there, he is there, his parents is there. So, what to decide? He is to decide, right? So, is, he is, but generally students write are, his parents are going to Jaipur. This is incorrect. So, he, because chiefly we are talking about he, not his parents. So, he with his parents is going to Jaipur, right students? Rule number 3. On the contrary to this rule, whenever two subjects, subject 1 and subject 2 are connected with different conjunction, and that is correlative conjunction, right students? Means either or neither nor, right? Whenever these two conjunctions are there to connect two subjects, right? To link two subjects. In that case, we have to use the verb according to subject 2. Earlier we used subject 1, right? But now subject 2 is decisive, right? It will decide. So, have a look. Either Rahul or I have done this work. Why have, not has? Because this time we find that either or is used and two subjects are there, Rahul and I. So, we have to use verb according to subject 2 and subject 2 is I. So, we have used have. But if Rahul is decisive, then we can use has. But right now this rule is there, either or neither nor, always take their verb according to subject 2 and that is have. Why? Because subject I is their second subject, right students? Rule number 4, and that is both and. Means whenever both and, again the same correlative conjunction, whenever both and has been used to connect two subjects, right students? So, in that case we have to use verb in its plural form, right? Both you and Shailesh are to blame, right? Not only one has committed any mistake, you both have committed mistake, means you as well as Shailesh. So, we can say both you and Shailesh are to blame, right students? So, students, next rule is whenever you come across each, every, either of, neither of. Don't get confused. This is not either or, neither nor, as we have learnt about them previously, right? So, they are either of and neither of, right? So, look, each and every always take subject in their singular form. So, obviously, verb will also be singular, but either of and neither of, we use these two for two nouns together, right? One of them, right? One of them or not one of them. So, in that case, each, every, either of, neither of, we have to use the verb in its singular form. You can see here, each boy or every boy, right, was given. You can see this is singular, was given, right? And each and every always take subject in its singular form. So, we have used each boy or every boy, right students? Next is neither of these books, means we are talking about two books. We are talking about two books and we do not claim for any one of them. So, in that case we say neither of these books is mine. Books, students generally write are, books are, but this is incorrect because we are talking about one of them, one of the two, right? So, neither of these books is mine. Singular will be there, right? Next rule, sometimes so happens that nouns give false look, right? Means whatever they are, they give different look, right? For example, suppose cattle is there, it looks singular, no S or ES is there. Deer, no S or ES. Fish, no S or ES. So, in that case, we have to use verb in their plural form, because they do not have, cattle does not have its singular form, but deer and fish, they both can be used in their singular as well as plural form, but spelling is not at all changed, right? Look, these cattle are mine. Students write is, because, and generally students write cattles. This is incorrect. Cattle are, because this is plural. Deer, one deer and two deer. We never say two deers. One fish and two fish, three fish. We never say fishes. But there is an exception. Whenever we are talking about them in different colors, right? Means an aquarium is there. In an aquarium, different colors, fish. No, fishes are there. But in the ocean, in the sea, we cannot see different colors. But we collectively think that fish is there. Fish are there, right? One fish and many fish. Exactly. In the zoo, it depends. Different colors are there. So we say deers. But if single color, same color, but so many are there, we use only deer. Many deer I saw in the zoo. Means I saw many deer in the zoo and I saw many deers in the zoo. So it all depends what kind of sentence has been given and what is its meaning. So if you mean to say that you saw different colors deer, so you have to write deers. Exactly, the same rule is applicable with sheep. You know, sheep, we never say sheeps, right? So sheep is equal to sheep, deer is equal to deer, fish is equal to deer, fish is equal to fish, when we are talking about them in the same color, right students? So next is, sometimes some nouns are really specific, means they look plural ending with s or es, but actually they are used in their singular form despite their look in plural. Have a look, news, s is there, maths, economics, physics, politics, statistics, right students? So these nouns look plural, but actually they are used in their singular form. I have written, right? This news is true. We never say this news are, right? Maths is my favorite subject. We never say maths are, mathematics are. No, maths is, mathematics is, economics is. Very tough, very easy. Physics, he has opted for physics. So because physics is easy for him, physics are is incorrect. Politics, right? So students, in this way, this is. Now we are going to switch to next rule. So students, next 8th rule is exactly in the same way. This is all. It all depends on the look of the nouns given in the sentence as a subject, right? So sometimes it happens that the subjects are different, means specific nouns always take verb in their plural form, means they look plural and they are used in their plural forms only, and we cannot use them in their singular form, because in that case they lose their importance and significance and therefore they are of no use. For example, scissors, tongs, pincers, gloves, shorts, jeans, trousers, pyjamas, pants, shoes, socks, glasses, spectacles, mittens, right? So many nouns are there. They are always used in their plural form. Why? Because they are used in their pairs. Suppose I am talking about my glasses. So one glass is there? Of course not. Two glasses are there. Suppose I remove one of them, it loses its importance, right? Scissors, in this way, scissors are there, two blades are there. If you remove one of them, it will remain as a scissor? Of course not. So scissors. Tongs, gloves, you know, we generally do not put on gloves in one hand, right? So gloves, shorts, right? Jeans. So all these nouns are used in their plural form, right? Socks, shoes, sleeves, sleeves of shirts, kurta, right? So in this way they look plural and they have their verb in their plural form. An example, these pincers are, not is, are expensive. His gloves are very comfortable. These trousers are not mine. And where are your shoes? Where is your shoes? We never say. But suppose, you may think, some of the students ask me, so suppose we have already found one and we are looking for another. So what to say? Where is my another shoe? Of course not. I have already put on one of my shoes, and where is the another one? In this way we can express our idea, right? Pair of shoes is, not are, because we are talking about a pair. And of, so whenever the rule number 2, I told you, whenever two subjects have been connected with of, one of my friends is, right students? But sometimes some nouns, as I told you, look plural, but they are used in their singular form, as economics, politics. One more example we can take. Arabian Nights. Nights, it looks plural, but it is singular because it refers to a book. Arabian Nights is my favorite book. So in this way, students, this topic is there, and it generally confuses students, but I hope after going through all these rules, it must have become easier for you to get, right? So whenever you come across such kind of topics, just apply these rules and your problem will be sorted out. So I hope you might have got it. So see you some other day with another topic, and feel at home, feel comfortable, stay home, stay blessed, and see you next time. Till then, have a nice time. Thank you.